You sing a lot about compassion and peace. I mean, that's what I get out of it, and I think most of the world does. Where did you start to learn that compassion for the world? Was it in Judaism, or did you always have it, and then Judaism helped you bring that out?
So I mean, I don't know the compassion element, but certainly like the spiritual and the biblical, like the Old Testament references, that's where I learned that from. Because prior to that, the Old Testament, the Bible and all of that made no sense to me, and was just, it wasn't relevant. And then when I started hearing Bob Marley singing about Exodus and singing about Lion of Judah and all those things, and then also all of his lyrics and those words about whatever it was, I could just pull any song, like Running Away. He sings about you're running away, but you can't run away from yourself. You must have done something wrong. You must have done something wrong.
Yeah.
Why you can't find a place where you belong. And his words just spoke to me, right?
Yeah.
Very intuitive. And that was sort of like.
I'm sorry. Was this before your complete conversion? Like this was sticking with you?
This is years. This is like maybe 10 years. I mean, when I was a teenager, and that was when I started to realize, maybe there's something within Judaism in the Old Testament. There's something spiritual. There's something relevant there to me.
Okay. And
that's when I started writing songs, and I started, even before I was religious, pulling imagery from Judaism and from all the Old Testament and all that stuff. And there's something about it that felt to me. Like ancient, or something about it that felt like beyond,
like unlocking, unlocking stuff for you to maybe unlock that compassion in your songwriting.
Now compassion to me is something like that. That's something I'm very focused on now, and I don't know if that was something. It was certainly in my lyrics, but I think that was more just the nature of who I am.
Yeah.
I've always sort of been like positive, like on the positive. Even I have dark times, but I've always felt that it's gonna come around. Like it's gonna, And so even a song like One Day, it's like a messianic idea.
Right.
But beyond like if you get past like the messianism of it all or whatever, it's more of an intuitive feeling that like it could have happened realistically. Will there ever be peace? I don't know. But if we aim towards that and we make that our goal and we fight for that, it could happen.
Right.
It could be. Who knows? And I've always had that optimism that who knows? It could be. There could be a God. There could be, right? And that, I guess that's happened in my lyrics. That happened in my lyrics early.
Yeah.
And it's funny in terms of compassion and empathy. That's something I feel like I'm coming to a little bit later in life on how to, because I think it says King David, like he wrote all the Psalms, all those songs, from a broken heart, from a place of brokenness, and a person who's been broken in their life can empathize because they know what another person is going through, right? So that's why I feel like the darkness or the brokenness is such an important, like for a creative person, or for an artist, for anyone who wants to.
A writer, a painting, an artist.
Yeah, like I was at a camp last night, and a kid asked me at the camp, they did a little Q&A, and she said, like, what would you say as advice for anyone, like, who wants to be creative? Like, what could we do to be creative? And I said, you have a broken heart.